We ready with the author's profile?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please give me some seconds. It's connecting, done, redirecting to YouTube to notify us when we start to stream online. Ready with the oh, great. Okay, so we are online now on YouTube. That is, we've been recording since. So please, Mugarot, can you show your face while we read the profile of our author for today? Let me mute the YouTube. I also will start to stream online with the oh, great. Okay, so okay, is it me? What happened? I can't see. Okay, please, happiness. Can you proceed with the reading? You need to adjust your camera, Rihanna, so that you can see your pretty face clearly. Okay. Just tilt your camera, tilt your, I don't know if you are seeing what I'm doing. Tilt it. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. Happiness, you have the mic now. Let's hear the author's profile for today.
Okay. We are not Ajoke Haruna. Is an emerging Nigerian writer, public speaker, and the current president of the Ingenious Writers Society. A final year student at Lagos State University, she raises her voice at the intersection of culture, identity, and human resilience, exploring societal issues, gender, vulnerability, strength, and tradition through her writing. A storyteller with a keen eye for emotion and truth, she crafts fictional works, short stories, creative nonfiction, and reflective pieces that echo the textures of lived experience and the pulse of her community. She is the author of Beneath the Velvet Marks, which earned her the second runner-up position at the Babatunde Oladele Prize for Fiction in 2025. Her short story, Two Homecomings, was recently established in a MAR review, further establishing her voice in contemporary literature. Beyond the page, she is a fashion designer and the visionary founder of a youth-focused initiative committed to empowering young minds, known as the Queen of Consistency. Her work is driven by empathy, accountability, and the unshakable power of story to stir hearts, shape societies, and spark meaningful change. Thank you.
Wow, that is some misconsistency. We are not. Okay. I think you're muted.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Okay, nice hearing your profile. I believe everybody. Does anybody have any questions for Rihanna before she starts? Just to get you relaxed and just to settle you in. Any question? Because I know reading somebody's profile can even make you yourself to be intimidated and put you like on the spot. So let's try and get you settled a bit. Do you have anything to say to add to that profile, or does anybody have any question for Rihanna based on the profile that was read? I am curious. They call me Mr. Productivity. So when I hear somebody being called Mr. or Miss something, so why do they call you Miss Consistency?
I think that's because I put my energy in whatever I want to do.
Okay.
For instance, there was a time I started a 60 days writing challenge, and every day, like every single day, I post. I don't miss it.
Beautiful. Wow.
So I think that's where it comes from.
Wow. That's very, very, consistency is a very um it's a very laudable, a remarkable trait for anybody to have. For a successful career, because once you are consistent, that's one of the things that, sorry, I have to go a bit maybe spiritual now. That's one of the things about God that, we just take for granted. All of us wake up, we breathe normally, we just move on, and we just, we don't know that there's somebody somewhere who is actually making all this thing happen. We just know water is there, and those are actually offshoot of somebody else's consistent habit, consistent delivery. So, and it's so easy to take it for granted. Somebody is there when you need them to be there, and we take those for granted. But it's a very, very wonderful personal attribute to have. So, any other thing? Does anybody have question for Rihanna before she goes into our reading for today? If there's no question, this is the way we do it. Rihanna, I'm sure you've been part of a couple of LRF readings. You will read some portion of your work to us. After some point, just take a pause to sip some water. I'm sipping coffee as I'm talking, so it's okay to take water just um, to hydrate yourself, and then we'll ask questions when you pause, and we want to know, okay, what were your motivation? What were you trying to tell us here? Why did you write this way? I mean, questions can come from any quarter in whatever form. Just know that everybody that is asking you questions or making comments are friends. We are not your enemies. We're just trying to understand you better, understand your work better, and see how you can improve on your subsequent writing, and as a writer as well. So when you are ready, you can commence the reading. Tell us about the book, and then start your writing from whichever point you want to start.
I am sorry. Can I switch off my camera for just 2 minutes? I'm trying to find a place that is very safe because there's a lot of background noise where I am.
Oh, Zoom screens out all the. We can't even hear any background noise. Zoom has a technology. That's why it's very good to use. That's why I actually prefer Zoom too. Yeah, we can't hear any Can anybody hear any background noise where they are not is? Is anybody hearing any noise
No, I
apart from?
can't.
Yeah, Zoom screens out background noise. That's so you won't even know that somebody's making noise there unless it's an emergency or somebody's really
Can I go
shouting
inside?
in your ear.
I can't hear anything outside.
Oh, you can't hear anything. Okay. Because of that, then you can please find a place that is okay for you, and we'll just take a little musical break while you sort it. When you are ready, please let us know, and then we
All
would.
right.
Yeah.
I
So
think
let
I've
me
gotten
just
a place that
go
is a
to.
bit stable now.
Okay.
Okay.
Please find a spot that is okay, and then.
Yes, I am.
Are you okay now?
Not yet.
Okay. I've closed my music earlier, so I have to look for it again. Please pardon us, please. Why the author? Because we all gather here to listen to her. So let's allow her to settle down in a which is more comfortable. Mm. Sorry, I'm looking for music to play. So last summer. Yeah, music.
Can anybody hear me now?
We can hear you. We've always been hearing you, really.
All
Okay, so
right.
I don't have to play the music again. Okay.
So, yeah, I am so sorry for the delay. Just had to put things in order so I can
It's
hear
okay.
everything
It's
said.
okay.
All right.
Let's know when you're
Okay.
ready to start.
All right. I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, like I said earlier, my name is Rihanna, and I'm a final year student of Lagos State University. From the Department of English, I am currently in the literature unit. So where do I start from? I have something about the book.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to start. If you feel more comfortable telling us about the book before you start the reading, that's fine. We'll still ask questions anyway, so just do what
All
makes
right.
you okay. Yes.
Okay, so I am going to start from the book. So Beneath the Velvet Mark is not like a book. It's just a short piece. I think it's less than 1,600. I don't even think it's up to 1,600. It's more like a writing from the stream of my imagination and a bit of reality. So I can call it a faction. So the piece has been written since 2023. I just kept it in my drafts. I did not touch it. It's just something you write where you feel like, okay, I need to write. Then fast forward to 2024, I saw the flyer of the competition, the West Coast Cell competition. And the only thing I did was to just send that same draft to my mentor. And she glanced through it. She was like, okay, this is not so good for a competition. You need to restructure it. You need to add some things, make use of descriptive, make use of metaphor and all of that, imagery to be precise. So I did that and I submitted for the competition. And surprisingly, I came third. And that's about the book. So the book itself, Beneath the Velvet Marks, the title is cutting from, it's just a metaphorical title. Let me put it that way. Yeah, let me put it that way. Just a metaphorical, because, you know, we have a mask. And I don't think anybody has ever seen a mask that is made with velvet. Masks are always made with plastic or something like that. So that velvet mask there, the velvet is not ordinary clothes. The velvet is to represent the skin. Yeah, that's it. So beneath the skin of man, there are a lot more to see. You can only see man through their physical appearance. And when I'm talking about man, I'm not talking about man. I'm talking about human in general. So you can only see human through our physical appearance. You don't know what's beneath us. So that is the title. And in the story, I explored the story of a young girl who she fall in love. She was in love, and she gets to know that her so-called boyfriend is cheating on her, and it wasn't having it with her. At the end of the day, she find out she was heartbroken. She broke her rule. I can't call what she has as principle, because when you have principle, you stick to it. You don't break your principle. You only get to break your rules. So she break her rules of celibacy, and she lost the guy. She lost herself. And she gets to know that this guy is not even someone that is doing it just for her. He's someone that has done this act to almost all the girls she knew. So at the end of the day, she found herself. She found a group where she supports women who go through heartbreak, and they tend to stand tall. So that's about the book.
Wow. Okay, so you can start the reading now. I'm sure we'll find it very interesting as you live through the pages.
All right. I should have known the thunder in its silence would one day become a storm. But when you are in love, you mistake the rumble for rhythm, the distance for misery. And by the time I realized it, I was drowning. To the world, it was velvet and gold, smooth, dazzling, desirable. But up close, the threads were fraying, and I was the one unraveling. I always thought Matthew was my fairy tale prince. His heart seems as vast as his mansion, and his generosity knew no bounds. He showered me with love, money, and everything I thought I ever wanted. As close as it was to perfection, it lacked one thing, the very essence I craved from our union, the ability to give me his undivided attention. My boyfriend, Matthew, was a picture-perfect gentleman. On the surface, he was flawless, charming, handsome, and enviable. Anyone would have assumed I was the luckiest woman alive. Yet, beneath the polished exterior, He missed the mark where it mattered most. His attention was fleeting, his presence elusive, and his affection superficial, displayed more for the world than for me. One quiet evening, I sat alone in my dimly lit apartment. The room bathed in the soft glow of a scented candle flickering on the window sill. Outside, the wind rustled through the trees. The occasional distant bark of a dog punctuated the stillness. My heart was heavy with unspoken worries. I ran my finger over the rim of a teacup, now cold, as thought of Matthew swirled through my mind like leaves in a storm. I didn't hear the car pull into the driveway, but the metallic click of the doorknob snapped me from my reverie. The door creaked open, and in stepped Ayo, my best friend. Her face etched with concern. "Hey," she said softly, her voice as warm as the hug of a wool blanket. I tried to offer a reassuring smile, lifting a brow as if to say, "I am fine." But Ayo wasn't fooled. She stepped closer. Her perfume, a subtle mix of jasmine and sandalwood, filling the air. She gently tilted my chin until I had no choice but to meet her gaze. "Tola, what's wrong?" she asked, her tone calm but firm. "And don't even try the usual 'I am fine.' I am fine line because it's obvious you are not." A word cracked something inside me. I exhaled deeply, the breath catching in my throat. How could I explain? How could I explain that my perfect Matthew wasn't so perfect after all? That his lack of attention and the absence of a real emotional connection was tearing me apart. At first, I hesitated. Everyone saw him as a dream man, a man who lavished me with designer bag, roses on random Tuesdays, and weekly allowance that could pay a semester tuition. Yet, those grand gestures were like empty calories, momentarily satisfying, but ultimately hollow. I confessed it all to Ayo. The lonely nights, the fake smile, the silent cry. She listened. She listened without judgment. Her arms wrapped around me in the kind of embrace that reminded me I wasn't alone. Her presence felt like a balm, soothing the ache that had long settled in my chest. "Tola," she said gently after a long pause, "maybe you should surprise him. Show up unannounced. Sometimes people forget that love is not about connection. Sometimes people forget love is about connection, not convenience." Indeed, slowly, I nodded slowly, grateful for her words and the comfort she offered. She stayed a little longer, lightening the mood with her typical humor. We laughed, we shared old story. For a moment, I felt a bit lighter, but the ache, the real ache, lingered just beneath the surface. 2 weeks passed, no dating. Doubt crept in like a thief in the night, stealing my confidence and replacing it with question. Was it love? Or just a situation she built on appearance? Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to follow Ayo's advice. One fateful morning, just past 8 a.m., I grabbed my car keys and drove to his mansion in Lekki. The sky was overcast, the clouds sagging with the weight of impending rain. As I parked outside his grand estate, the same awe I once felt resurfaced briefly. The crisp white walls, the trimmed edges, and the luxury that oozed from tile reminded me of the man I had once idealized. Can I proceed?
Please proceed. I said we want to stop.
All right. I stepped out of the car, the gravel crunching beneath my heels. The air was thick, humid, and unsettling. I entered his flat slowly, heart pounding, palms clammy. Then I saw it. There he was, Matthew, nestled under the satin sheets, locked in lover's embrace with another woman. Agigu, light and airy, died as soon as she saw me. Their tangled body was a cruel testament to my worst fears. The room spun. The scent of sex and betrayal hung in the air. My legs trembled. My breath caught in my throat like a scream that refused to escape. Minutes passed like hours. My lips parted, but my voice barely came out. Matthew, I whispered. My voice brittle and broken. Did you ever love me? He said nothing. Nothing. His silence screamed louder than my confession. The woman hurriedly gathered her things and left. I let her go. She wasn't the one who owed me answers. What I did next still haunts me. In a moment of heartbreak and confusion, I broke my own rules, my celibacy, my principle, my self-worth. I kissed him desperately, furiously, hoping to feel wanted, hoping to reclaim the love I thought was mine. The intimacy that followed was not love, it was grief. It was a desperate attempt to sew together a heart that was already in shreds. For a brief while, I let myself believe I had won him back. We shared moments that mimicked love, but I knew deep down they were hollow. And then the illusion shattered again. A message from an unknown number popped up one evening. My hand trembled as I opened it. There, laid out in cruel clarity, were pictures, voice notes, and texts. Evidence of Matthew escaped with other women. The truth crushed me like acid. That night, I cried. I cried until my tears dried up, leaving salty traces on my cheeks and a hollow ache in my chest. I screamed into my pillow, my voice hoarse and broken. I went through all the stages of grief, denial, bargaining, and the rage. Pure, blinding, soul-purging rage. But as the fire cooled, my anger settled into something steadier, resolve. Matthew had taken my love, my trust, and my dignity, but I would not let him take my future. So I left. I didn't just leave, I rebuked it, but not before leaving behind a mirror. Not a literal one, no, a digital mirror. Every woman he toyed with, I found them. Not to ruin him, but to show them, to show us. With the evidence I received, I created an anonymous blog, The Velvet Illusion. I told my story. Our story shredded each heartbreak like stitches in a quilt of survivor. I didn't name him. I didn't have to. The truth knows how to echo. Within weeks, the blog went viral. Message poured in from women who had dated men like Matthew, from women he was currently deceiving, from people who had always admired him from afar and now saw the shadow behind his sunshine. And then came the real storm. His empire crumbled, dues revoked, invitation rescinded. The charming gentleman image shattered. One evening, I received a call from a blocked number. Taller, he said. His voice, once velvet, now cracked like brittle glass. Why are you doing this? I paused, because silence is no longer an option. Then I hung up. Now, I sit in the same apartment, but I am not alone. Ayo's laughter filled the room as we go through design plan for my foundation. Her voice echoes. A place where women find power in their pain and healing in each other's truth. The final post on the blog reads, he kissed me with guilt, slept with me for control, and called it love. But I turned this betrayal into a movement. I lost a man, yes, but I found myself, and now my voice. It is louder than his silence ever was. The epilogue. It's been a year. The blog is now a global community. What started as heartbreak turned into a lifeline for thousands. Each week, I receive letters, not just for pain, but for courage. Courage of women walking away, of men learning to love better, of people choosing to heal over illusion. As for Matthew, the world forgot him. Not because I asked it to, but because truth has a way of spotlighting only what matters. Sometimes, when he trains, I still think of him, not with longing, but with clarity. Thunder used to scare me. Now, it reminds me of how far I have come. Love didn't fail me, he did. And I rose. I rose not like a phoenix from ashes, but like a woman who learned to breathe underwater, only to realize she was never meant to drown in the first place. Love didn't fail me, he did. And I rose. Not like a phoenix from ashes, but like a woman who learned to breathe underwater, only to realize she was never meant to drown in the first place. Thank you.
Wow. That's a very, very powerful closing. Wow. Uh, I'm looking for the applause. Wow, that's a very beautiful, 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 beautiful story. Well done, and congrats, Reynold, for that very beautiful piece that you've just read to us. Wow, it's engaging, and I find it very interesting. I have some questions that well, observations that I
All right.
noted, but I would like to let's hear from the audience, from our participants. Let's
Okay.
hear what they have to say. Please, guys, anybody, do you have any question for Rihanna? Do you have any observation, any comment based on the reading that we've just listened to? Questions, questions, questions. Any question? I can see Fatia, Ibukunze,
I have a
Tijani here.
question.
Questions or comments?
Yeah, I have a question.
Please ask.
Okay, what inspired you to write this book? Because it seems like it's so real. Because I feel like that is something that happens to millions of girls around the world. Cannot. So,
Okay,
yeah, I just want to ask, what inspired you to write it?
okay.
What
Millions of
inspired?
girls there, that you are saying that there are millions of guys that cheat, right?
Yes.
Oh dear me. Okay. Wow. Okay, Rianot, you have a question, please. Let's hear you.
Oh, I want to get, she said, what inspires me to write?
Yes, please.
I think I was going through my socials that day and I saw a lot of, I was just going through random social thing and I just don't know, the imagination just popped up from somewhere and I don't want it to be the usual storyline, so I want something different. So that was it. I know it's something that happened in the world. I've heard a lot of people speak about it, but I'm very sure that day in 2023, I can't remember the month or the day. I just know I was going through my socials and the idea just spoke. But I took up my note and I started writing.
So it's not your personal experience. It wasn't
Not my
you or
personal
somebody close
experience.
to you.
Nobody close to me. I was just going through my social. But I've heard people speak, and I think I can drag from their own experience and put it down.
Comment for Rianot. Comment, questions, criticism are allowed. Happiness, you have another
Okay.
question.
Good evening. Yeah, I have a comment, sir. I have
Please,
comment.
let's hear your comment.
Okay, good evening, everyone, once again. Well done, we are not. I really like your story because it is a very contemporary and relatable story, right? And
Mhm.
I love the use of vivid imagery. I could tell
Mhm.
that you didn't just tell the story, you also show us what you actually meant through the use of your words. I really love that. I really love stories that I can imagine on my own what the writer is trying to paint. So well done.
Mhm. Okay. Any question? Okay, just comment. Okay, just commending Rihanna for a story well written and portrayal of a contemporary. I mean, I don't know the person that said that this happened to millions of girls. I mean that was a shocker to me. I mean, see, you're saying because we're saying millions of girls, that means if you flip it, you're saying there are millions of guys that are like Matthew, and that's very disheartening for me as a guy, as a man, also listening to this story. Okay, so any other question or comments from any of us? Okay, as I said, I love the very philosophical way you end the story, we are not, but it still leaves like this hanging feeling as if it's not conclusive. Do you have any plan to do a sequel to this particular story? Because yes, she started this blog, she joined a support community. Is that all? Is that all? I mean, is there any, did Matthew himself come to realize, okay, he's done something wrong? Did he recall? I mean, there's this hanging sensation I have when I read the conclusion. I said, this story might not have ended yet. Do you have any plan of doing a sequel to this?
To be honest, I don't think I do. But I realized while
Okay.
writing the story, I made the concluding part a part whereby it can end that way. But if I want to proceed and make it a full-blown book, then I can.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's as if it now becomes, because this is short, it's short story form.
exactly.
Okay, so that's cool. Then maybe these are more like, I don't, any question, any comment from any of us? I didn't get to read when the judges were, making decision on the who won. I just heard that they had a very lengthy session to determine who would be the second runner-up. So I'm glad I eventually met you, because I think it's yours, and I don't know whose story was also like very, that they had this lengthy debate on before they now decided you would you will leave the gong. Unfortunately, one of them is here today to talk to the rationale behind picking your story. So, more or less, these are mechanics that I observed from the reading. I will just point them out. You said the name of the protagonist is Tola, right? Is it Tola? The lady in
Yeah,
question, she went to Lekki to Matthew's mansion, right?
yes, sir.
And then she entered his flat. In terms of mechanics, there's a dissonance in that. Mansion don't have flats, no. Mansion is like this luxurious, high profile property. You don't have a flat in a mansion. Flat belongs to maybe um, another kind of apartment. And the lady that left hurriedly, were they engaged? You didn't mention to us that Matthew and this lady are engaged to be married. It's just okay. He's been showering her with gifts. He's been there. He's been fawning over her. But there was no explicit mention of the fact that they were engaged to warrant another lady hurriedly leaving because she comes to the room. If you guys are saying guys are like this, I can also say that ladies are like this. That why would I leave? It's not as if I can see a ring on his finger. Why should I now hurriedly, leave the house? So look at that and try to situate it in contemporary or real life experience the way we know it. Would that really happen? The fact that somebody comes in and has access to the room and then sees you, and it's not as if maybe the guy has a ring on his finger, or maybe she has a ring on her finger. So to me, I don't know if they are technically engaged. The story explicitly state that, but that's another mechanics that if I was the editor editing your work, those are things I will flag. Hey, can you try to tighten this plot and make it more relatable in terms of contemporary life? That is me as an editor talking and as a literary critic. Then another, yes, another, this one is more or less like maybe diction, choice of words. A blocked number called you. If a number is blocked, it won't be able to call you. I think you are referring to an anonymous number, hidden number. No, because if you block a number on your phone, that number will not be able to call you. So hidden number, anonymous number. As I said, this forum is more or less for us to appreciate the work of art, to pick the minds of the author. Let's get to know why they write and all, and then to offer constructive criticism of the work. So the next question I will ask you is, what is next after the behind the Bernard the Velvet Mask? What is next for you as a writer, Rianot? What are the plans? What should we be expecting? Should we be expecting above or outside the velvet mask, or something more fanciful, something exciting for us to be looking forward to?
Okay. So currently, I am working on a memo.
Beautiful.
It's a reflection memo.
Wow.
And it will be out in June, I guess 24th of June.
Wow.
Still under it. And it's going to be published on Seller.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So at least your fans are hearing now, those on YouTube are hearing that Rianot is working on a memoir that will be published in June and will be available on Seller, right? On Seller, so people can download, they can read Rianot's memo. So do you want to give us a quick review of the title? What was the title of this memoir that you're working on?
Okay. The bloom she left me. I'm still trying to.
You're still okay. You're still no. That's
That's
totally fine, really. I mean, until you publish it, it's not decided yet. Because even at the point of publishing, you can always change the title to reflect based on your creative flow. Do we have any other question, any other comment, any other literary appraisal for Rianot from anyone? Question. It's a short story and it's a very short one. So, I mean, I'm sure, I mean, the way she also read is a very engaging story. I would actually encourage you to blow it out into a full-blown novel, prose fiction, because then I believe you'll be able to, obviously, you have to still do some work on it, make it tighter, make it better, make it more fluid. And but then, I think you'll be able to really explore all the intricacies and complexities of a modern day relationship. Yeah, Matthew might have had his own hubris, but what could have also made him that way? I mean, those are things that I believe maybe when you are doing like a full-blown novel, you'll be able to explore. Do you have any question? Want to tell us? You said you are a president of one literary society. Want to tell us about that? We are not. What do you do in that society, and how may we be part of it?
Writer Society. It's a society. It was founded in 2019 by Oladimeji Shotunde, and it was the best graduating student in 2019-2020 sets at the Lagos State University. So the foundation was founded for students to help them express themselves better. So we have this public speaking organization almost everywhere on campus, not just in school, even outside. People just want to learn how to speak, forgetting that the foundation of public speaking is writing. As a public speaker, even after reading, you still need to write sometimes for articulation and flow. So that it was just founded for students to be able to find their niche, express themselves, and all of that. I emerged the president last year, August. Yes, last year, August. And Ingenious Writer Society is basically for students of Lagos State University. We are still trying to expand, but at least we want to make sure that we have a very solid foundation where we build up students who wants to write. They have this idea that I want to write, but they don't just have this time that, oh yeah, let me sit down to write this. So what we do is that we have 2 stages. We have the prospective member stage. So before you become a member, you are a prospective member. And during your prospective member days, you'll be taught the basics of writing. What do you need to know about writing? Why do you want to choose writing? How do you stay consistent in writing? Because when it comes to writing, the moment you write today and you do not write tomorrow, your creativity slacks. The more you write every day, the more you get better. So if you don't write, you won't even know if you are getting better or you are just behind it. Then if you pass the prospective member stage, you will be upgraded or promoted to the member stage. So in the member stage, you have access to people in the industry. So we are still not yet there to reach more people, top people in the industry. But at least we are still working within our reach to show these people that writing is not just about you doing academic writing as a student. There is more to writing. So that's it.
Beautiful. That's a very, very lovely initiative. Anything to help the young ones, the youth, students, undergraduates, graduate students to become better. I'm all for it. Anything that even just makes somebody develop and evolve, I'm always for it. That's very commendable and well done to you and other members of the society for that initiative and for continuing it really, because it's really that's a very good one. Do we have any question for Rianot before we bring the session to a close today? I'm surprised because there are no questions apart from happiness, and I think somebody else had asked a question earlier. Any question? Okay, if there's no question, I want to see on behalf of LRF.
Wait, I have one more question.
Please shoot the question, Ibukun.
Okay. Is your book, where can we get your books, and can book clubs analyze your books?
Can you?
She asked, where can we get your books, and can book clubs or book societies, can they review or analyze your work?
Am I muted?
Hello, Rianot, I think it's your network.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. We're hearing you before.
They can read the book. If you want to access the book, I am going to drop my number on the in-call message. So you can chat me up and I'm going to send you the book.
Okay.
Does that work?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. So she's willing to make the book accessible to whoever wants it. Another thing is just talk to Happiness, whoever needs maybe a copy of the book. You can talk to Happiness. Happiness can help us to coordinate the distribution. I don't know if it's physical book or if it's digital. So you can, everybody can have.
So it will be easy.
It's an ebook. Okay, good. So you can have access to it. So please, apart from we are not dropping a number, you can also talk to Happiness. Happiness is here. Okay, so we are not has dropped our own number now. Let me just read that out. If you are chatting up from Nigeria, is 0902, sorry, this thing, 0902 844 5959, right? If you are reaching out from outside Nigeria, always add the international code plus 234 900 844 5959, and then you'll be able to have access to the book from Rianot. So I want to say thank you once again on behalf of the LRF management team. Okay, question or please, if you have a question, please ask.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sanusi, I think he's on YouTube Live and he's asking how would he be able to ask his own question from there.
Oh, you can just send us a message. Sorry, I'm not even looking at YouTube. Hey, gosh. Please forgive me. There are so many comments. What happened? You just drop a comment there and we'll look at it. Can I join from here? Detailing. Okay. People are dropping messages on YouTube. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention there. But I've not seen any to read my questions. Sorry. Can I see the question? I'm trying to look at pure creativity. Sorry. Okay, let me just read some of them that from the top. Glad I can join from here at last. Okay, somebody must have been trying to join. I think that's Ajia Olabisola trying to join from maybe Zoom has not been very cooperative. So I think she also did the doctor detailing lexicons and powerful deployment of imagery. Yes, she's commending the way you use imagery in there. And I think you also mentioned that. I wonder where the inspiration comes from. Okay, really, this is pure creativity. Totally, a lot of personal encounter. Then you are a bundle of talent. They're still praising you from YouTube. The world awaits you. I'm sure that is it. Another person said the language is simple and accurate for the theme. Yeah, that means, I mean, that is actually true. Your language is very accessible. Um, the theme is realistic and concrete. And then,
thank you.
how do we get copies? People are still asking. I think I've read out the number. Please, let's take note of the number. It will also be dropped in the reading forum so that whoever needs to reach Rihanna can reach her. That's
Right.
that is short story makes the narrative awesome. How can we make comment? You're already making comments. I'm reading them out now. I want a same message, but I want my voice heard. Sorry. Who is this? Tomatis 25 20 52 65. Sorry, that's what YouTube is showing as your name. I implore the coordinator to read my questions, and I just did that. So thanks for the comment on YouTube. Sorry, I mean, I wasn't paying attention at all, and I'm very sorry, for that. But I believe I've read all the comments that I can see there. And I believe if you guys are still following us on YouTube, you will have heard me read out the number of our author for today. I will take that once again for the benefit of those who did not hear when I was reading it earlier. Rihanna's number, Rihanna's author for today is, if you are chatting out from Nigeria, WhatsApp is 0902 844 5959. If you are chatting out from outside Nigeria and would like to have a book, you need to add +234 902 844 5959, and you'll be able to reach her live and direct. So once again, I want to say thank you to Rihanna. Thank you to everybody who made this reading today. Sorry, network was a bit topsy-turvy, but I'm glad we're able to weather it through. Now we've come to the end of today's reading and this April's edition of our LRF monthly book reading. The next event we are having, as I said, is in 2 weeks' time, specifically April 18, 2026, 4 p.m. Nigerian time, 10 a.m. Central Time in the US here, and 4 p.m. also in UK time, where we will be discussing the Nigerian national policy on artificial intelligence. It promises to be a very, very robust and interesting discussion. So all of you are invited to join us. We don't stream that online, but we upload the recording after the event. But it's better to join us on YouTube, on Zoom, so that we can all discuss this and have a very robust discussion about the artificial intelligence policy in Nigeria. How does it affect us? How does it affect creativity for writers who use AI to write? What is the nation saying? And what are the terrains that we need to all navigate to be able to leverage this very interesting technology that is disrupting virtually all every aspect of our lives. So I look forward to having you guys there join us that in 2 weeks' time when we'll be having that event. So once again, from Little Rock, I want to say thank you for joining us again. Have a fantastic Easter holiday and have a wonderful week ahead. From here, bye.
Bye.
Mhm.